Welcome to another Ryan Sports Views. Tonight I'm reacting to and discussing the 2021 Canadian CONCACAF Gold Cup squad. And I'll also give you the 11 that I would start, the projected 11, but the 11 I would start in this tournament, and the 5 subs that would mainly be used in this tournament. But first we will talk about position group. All 4 position groups, who's missing, who's there, the big misses, and the big players that we could have in this tournament. First off, for the goalkeepers, Dane St. Clair of Minnesota United FC, Maxime Crepeau of the Vancouver Whitecaps, and Jason Leutwiler of Huddersfield Town. Missing, of course, is Milan Borjan of Red Star Belgrade, Crvena Zvezda, which I have no problem with that, him being missing for this tournament, because I'm not a fan of Borjan. You know where I stand on this. I want Dane St. Clair to be the starter. I want Crepeau to be the starter. I want Pantemis or Hassal to be the starter. So with this being the group they pick, I'm happy with that. One of the 4 to be the starter. I'm not a fan of Borjan. You know where I stand on that. Them bringing up Dane St. Clair, Crepeau, and Leutwiler, that's a good group to pick up. Leutwiler is the 3rd, and we know this. Of course we know he's the 3rd goalkeeper. He's there for seniority reasons, but it's okay. I'm good with him being the 3rd goalkeeper. If we get to him being the 2nd, being the backup, something bad really happened, and you don't want that. Unless it's like a rotation and they put him 2nd just so they know one of Dane St. Clair or Crepeau is resting. But I like the goalkeepers they called up. Borjan's not there. This is the chance for St. Clair or Crepeau to become the starter for Canada. So that's what I want. I'm happy with this group. And we'll see who they like more. It's possible Borjan's not the starter for the Octo with this tournament if one of them are lights out, and I hope they are, but we will see. Defenders, Alistair Johnston from Nashville SC, Kamal Miller from Club de Foot Montreal, Steven Vittoria from Morense FC in Portugal, Scott Kennedy, SSV John Regensburg. Yes, SSV John Regensburg. Daniel Henry from the Suwon Blue Wings. Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich. Richie Laryea from Toronto FC. Those are the defenders. Good couple of center backs. Good outside backs. Good setup for the 3-5-2. They're going to keep that, I think. If they don't keep that, that would be a big mistake. I like that they brought up Miller, Vittoria, Daniel Henry, Kennedy. Scott Kennedy, again, showed out well during the World Cup qualifiers. Sorry, the World Cup qualifier window. Amazing. Them not bringing Cornelius is a little bit of a shock to me. Especially since Canada's not in the Olympics, them not bringing Cornelius is kind of a shock to me. Also, them not bringing Stirring, Frank Stirring, is a surprise to me because I think Frank Stirring is the answer. But Scott Kennedy is good, but I like Frank Stirring too. So that's kind of a shock to me that they don't bring in Frank Stirring. But Davies, Laryea, Henry, Kennedy, Vittoria, Miller, Johnston, that's a high-level defensive core. This is more like an A- team, but it's still an A team. I wouldn't say it's a B team because it being a B team would be more like if they called up more people like Kamal Miller or Cornelius. And I'm not trying to take a shot at Derek Cornelius, but he's more B team level. So them not calling him up is more of their intent. Them stating their intent that they want to win this trophy. They see the opening. Mexico brings an A- team, a B team. USA brings a C- team. That's a horrible team. Canada is top 3 to win this tournament. Jamaica brought a better squad than the USA and Mexico, or will bring a better squad. I like their squad too. I looked at that, of course. I looked at a lot of these squads, but we're just talking about Canada here. But Canada brought a good defensive core, which is great. Would most of these players be used as substitutions? possibly. But I think they brought a good core here. They got Davies, that's great. They got Lorea, that's great. They got Kennedy, Henry, Vittoria, that's great. Johnston will probably focus in this tournament a lot. I like it. Midfielders. Samuel Piet from Club de Foot Montreal. Steven Eustáquio from Pacos de Ferreira in Portugal. Liam Fraser, loanee to the Columbus Crew, of course, Toronto FC, but loaned to the Columbus Crew. Mark Anthony Kay from LAFC. Harry Patton from Ross County, that's a new name. And Jonathan Osorio from Toronto FC. Harry Patton, I want to see how good he is. Now, I don't know how much playing time he'll get. He'll probably get a cap tie in this tournament. He'll get a run out. Of course, he'll get a run out. He's more defensive. But then again, you have Liam Fraser, Mark Anthony Kay, Harry Patton, and Samuel Piet. Unless you want Patton to play the 8 and you take out Eustáquio or Osorio, I don't see how that works. But if he gets like 25 minutes against Haiti or Martinique, I won't complain about it because that's where you should be. But I like the midfielder group here. I do. But you know who the starters will be when you look at this. I think you know who the 3 starters in the midfield will be when you look at the midfielder group out of this 23-man roster. I think you know. I think you know who's the starters. I think you know who's on the bench. And I think you know who's on the outside looking in. Or on the bench who will come in, and who's on the bench outside looking in, and then also the people who will be left out of the game day rosters. I think you know that. I think you know that the whole way, but still. And then strikers, here's the big one. Lucas Cavallini from the Vancouver Whitecaps. Tyler Pasher getting his first call-up from the Houston Dynamo. Junior Hoylett, unattached. Used to play for Cardiff City, but his contract ran out. We will see where he goes after this tournament. Theo Corbianu from Wolves, Tejan Buchanan from the New England Revolution, Kyle Larin from Besiktas, and Io Akinola from Toronto FC just chose to play for Canada yesterday. It was announced yesterday. He's on this roster. I love it. But Jonathan David is a big miss. Jonathan David wasn't 100% when he was playing for Canada during the World Cup qualifying window in June. And he played through it. But I'm thinking Lille wants him now so he could be 100% for the start of their season. And they need him, considering they're in the Champions League. They won the league. They want to defend it. I'm not saying they will. They probably won't. They did not sell as many people as I thought. Or maybe he's over there trying to force a move. I don't know. But he's not part of this squad. I'm probably going to lean towards the fact that Leo wants him to be 100% for the start of their season. That's where I'm going to lean. So he's not here. That's a big miss. But Io, I think, will replace him well. Cavallini and Larin, I think that's fine. I really do. And, of course, Atiba Hutchinson, not jumping over that. Atiba Hutchinson will miss out. That's a big miss. I thought he would be there. He's not. I think Atiba hasn't retired from the national team. I think he still wants in. Do I think he'll come out during World Cup qualifiers, the Octo? Yes. I'm not so sure why Atiba didn't show up in this group, but hey, I don't think they need him with how many teams that are bringing weaker rosters and just the weaker teams. I don't think they need him. I think they got a good midfield for this tournament. And of course, another one, Scott Arfield. Not in this squad. They say he will be healthy enough for the World Cup qualifiers, but he was still hurt to where he couldn't play in this squad, so he's not there. But that's 4 big non-call-ups, but I don't think they really hurt. You'd want David, but I think Io could show that he is a big part of this team. Also, Kyle Larin and Cavallini could show that they mean more than we thought. It's a good time to show things. And Tyler Pasher as well. Tyler Pasher getting a chance. We'll see how he looks. Maybe he'll be great. He's been doing good for Houston. Let's see how good he is for Canada. I'd like to see how he looks. Corbianu could also get a chance. Probably more midfield-wise, but still. And Buchanan probably off the wing backs, but still. I put him in the forward group because I forgot to write him down in the midfielder and defenders group. I kind of overlooked that, but hey, they're kind of forwards as well as midfielders and defenders. They could play anything. They're sort of utility-wise, Buchanan and Corbianu, so I can't get mad at that. So, with that said, I love this lineup. I love, not the lineup, but the 23-man squad. There will be a great lineup coming out of this. This 23-man squad is perfect for the Gold Cup. I like what I see from it. I'm happy with it. It's a great squad. Canada has probably the second best squad in this tournament. Seriously. Looking at it. They probably have the second best squad in this tournament. Seriously. Mexico is probably over them, but hey. Jamaica is right there. U.S. is under them, but Canada may just have the second best squad in this tournament. And again, speaking of the USA, I think Canada wins that game in the group stage 3-1 over the USA with who they called up. With who Canada called up versus who the USA called up, I'm going to take Canada 3-1. 3-1. They should win. There's no excuse for them not to win that game. Of course, Martinique should be a slap fest. And Haiti, they should beat Haiti. They should win every game in their group. And honestly, they should go to the semifinals or final. If they don't, that's a problem. I'd say final, but there you go. With this squad. Now, here's my projected lineup. It's in a 3-5-2, like the World Cup qualifiers lineups. I like the 3-5-2 with Canada, and we're going to stick with it. In goal, Dane St. Clair, because I like Dane St. Clair. He's not the reason that Minnesota sucked until they took him out. It's not his fault. He was the one trying to keep him in it. He still made a lot of saves. It was never his fault. He should have never been taken out and replaced with Tyler Miller, but hey, he was. Dane St. Clair looked good in the game in the World Cup qualifiers that he played against Aruba. He looked good against them. They looked amazing in front of him. Way better than they did in front of Borjan. They were sure in front of Dane St. Clair. Now you could say, but they were playing Aruba. I don't care. They looked a lot better playing in front of Dane St. Clair. Suriname ain't that much better, and Haiti ain't that much better, and they looked like they were about to make a mistake almost every 25 minutes in front of Borjan over those 3 games. Don't tell me, all right, that it's only because he was in front of Aruba, or Aruba was playing against him. Don't tell me that, all right? That's stupid. Don't tell me that. Don't go there. No way. You better not go there, all right? Don't go there. Don't go there. Dane St. Clair is a better goalkeeper than Milan Borjan, and I'd love to see him prove it in this game, in this tournament. And I think he will. But will it be enough? I don't know. But if it was me, if I was John Herdman, it probably would. The back 3, the center backs, Daniil Henry, Scott Kennedy, and Steven Vittoria. That was a great back line during the World Cup qualifiers. Let's keep rolling with it, all right? Let's keep rolling with it. I'm good with it. Let's keep rolling with it. The left wing back, Alphonso Davies. The right wing back, we will start Richie Laryea, or I think we should start Richie Laryea. I know I'm a Toronto fan. You're going to be like, but what about Alistair Johnston? Richie Laryea is Toronto's second best player this year. And they're crap. He was their second best player last year too, but they were good. They're crap this year, and he's still their second best player. Richie Laryea has quality. He should be in Europe. Hopefully after this season, not the summer, because I would be angry about that. But hey, Richie Laryea starts at right wing back. Johnston will still come up a lot as a sub, though. Don't worry about that. The midfield, center defensive midfield, Samuel Piette. The attacking midfielders, or the 8s and 10s, but more like an 8 for both, really, but they both could be attacking. Jonathan Osorio and Steven Eustachio. They could play both, but they're sort of 8s, but they could play both. Osorio's probably more of the 10, but Eustachio's more of the 8, but they could both play offensively. It's not really You don't really have a true 8 and a true 10. They're both like both, you know? But I liked it the way it was in World Cup qualifying. I like it here. I'll take it with Osorio and Eustachio. I'll take it. And then finally, the two strikers, Lucas Cavallini and Ayo Akinola. Of course, I want Ayo to start. Ayo's better than Larin. Ayo's better than Pasher right now. Ayo's better than Cavallini right now. But there you go. I have to take Ayo. I really have to take Ayo as one of the two strikers. Cavallini's better than Larin, but you could go either way. But Ayo has to start. Ayo Akinola has to start. He has to. If he doesn't, you've made a mistake. A really bad mistake. Chris Armas level. And that's horrible. We don't want those, okay? Ayo Akinola has to start. So that's my best 11. What the 11 they should start. I don't know if they'll agree. I don't know if John Herdman will start that 11. We'll find out. But he should. I don't know if he will. And the 5 main subs that I think will get a lot of playtime in this tournament as substitutions, Tajon Buchanan, Alistair Johnston, Theo Corbeanu, Kyle Larin, and Mark Anthony Kaye. And you could say, what about Junior Hollett? I don't know. Mark Anthony Kaye, I could totally see him either being started in a bigger game or a game that needs more of a defensive tone, like a Mexico game. I don't know about the U.S. I don't think so. But if they were playing Mexico, I think Kaye is better for that than Piet. Or you could play Piet, then put Kaye where Eustachio is or where Osorio is. You could easily play it that way. Or you could put 4 midfielders there and have Ayo be the lone striker or something like that. But I see Kaye getting a lot of playing time here somehow. Larin, as I said, Cavallini and Larin you could switch easily. Johnston and Buchanan, I think Davies and Larea, they will get subbed out around the 70th minute of most games for Buchanan and Johnston. So you can't really say that they're not going to get much playtime. They'll probably get at least 1/3 of games for this whole tournament, especially Davies. But I'd want both of them, Davies and Larea, to be subbed off around the 70th minute because Davies needs to play well for Bayern. Richie Larea, well, Toronto doesn't need injuries. So selfishly, I would love Buchanan and Johnston to come in around the 70th minute. 65th, 70th. I think they will too, but that's kind of a selfish hope, especially the Larea part. But if Davies is coming off, you take off Larea too. You know? But they're all so good that it's kind of okay, especially when you have somebody, like you put Buchanan in for Davies, and he's got the pace to take 20 minutes and just run at the defense. It's amazing. And then Corbeanu, he's going to get time at the 10. He's going to get time in the midfield. I could totally see it. He's there for that reason. I like Corbeanu. He's going to get his time. I think at least probably 10, 15 minutes per game. Maybe less than 10, but he's going to appear in at least 4 games in this tournament. I have a good feeling about it. So with that said, that's how I feel about the Canada roster for the Gold Cup. It's a great roster. It's a great squad. Probably the second best squad in this tournament. I have great feelings about it. I think Canada will easily get to the semifinals or final with this squad. It's a great squad. I like it. There have been some omissions that kind of get me, not worried, but kind of shocking. But I like the squad overall. So with that said, if you like this video, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. First off, subscribe to my Patreon. $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything is appreciated. Help support the channel. Tomorrow, I will do a video of what I think Toronto FC needs to change, / what would I do if I was Toronto FC manager. I don't know if I'll use that as the title because that will be a little bit hot-headed, big-headed, hot-headed, even though I would be a better manager than Armas. But basically, the video is what would I change right now if I was manager, what needs to be changed. That's the topic of the video. That's tomorrow. I think you'll like it, and it's just going to be me rambling for probably 20 minutes about what needs to be changed. But is it going to be a rant? Probably. Not ranty, but it's going to be there. So there you go. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.